sincerely thank all of you happy campers out there. Your support makes a real difference in our efforts here at Kamp Kenan. This week's special shout out goes to longtime supporter Nathan Thuralt. Thank you for all you do and for loving reptiles.
Thank you. Oh man, I'm really excited. It's been a long time since I've been up close with some Nile Crocs. So these guys are new additions to Wild Florida with this year.
Yeah, they've been here 3 months maybe not even.
Incredible. And what a beautiful, you know, it almost feels like, you know, some kind of African, you know, water hole.
Yeah.
And that's where
we got some African livestock right behind us too to really round out the experience.
Oh, I'm really excited. Okay, so, you know, just explain to Matt the do's and don'ts and myself.
Yeah, so we're about to enter a crocodile exhibit. These are big crocs, you know, potentially could really hurt you, drag you in, you know, so we have to mind our P's and Q's. They are big, but they can still move really good, so if I tell you to run, just get out of there. They're usually pretty good about staying in the water unless we bring like big whole prey for them. So they probably aren't going to be super hyped, but just be aware of it.
Copy that. And Matt, so this is not at all like Snaggletooth and Dale at all. These are not alligators.
Yeah, crocs are a little different.
A little different. And we got Colby bringing up the croc chow. How awesome, man. So this is amazing. So again,
you want to just kind of go that way for now.
You got to look at the size of these animals. There's 6 of them in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Oh, wait. Look, just like in Africa. Look at that thing. It's sliding into the water. Oh, here they all go. They're going in there.
We haven't done too much with this group yet. They are pretty new. But this is the art of the crocodile. Look, you can literally see the ripples of them coming. So they're gonna pop up. Just be ready. Like I said, I don't think they're gonna come charge us, but they will materialize out of nowhere, probably right along the
There you
there
go.
You are. There he is. So if you're wondering what we're throwing him, this is a product. There he is. Hi, buddy. This is a product made by Missouri Feed Company. It's called Croc Chow. You guys should toss him some.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah. I know the good old croc chow well.
Oh, there you go.
It's good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at this. Let's let them do that. Now again, this is there's only 4 heads. We got one back there. What do you want there? One. Oh, look. I'm getting casually poked by my buddy Matt because he wants to. Go ahead, Matt. Enjoy. It's really exciting. It's so much fun having Matt with me on these adventures because he is what I would consider a lay person. No offense, you're going to be an expert after a few more months here. But just seeing these animals, it gets him really excited. So we got one up on the bank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I always like to do a count.
Oh, for sure.
Know where the animals are. But yeah, what's so amazing is how well behaved they are at the moment.
Yeah, they're being really good.
I gotta also remark the teeth are gorgeous on these guys.
Oh yeah.
You guys are doing a great job. No staining on that teeth. You got good water here.
Yeah.
That is another level of crocodilian, guys. You know, keep an eye or just look at the shape of the Nile crocodile skull. That tells you just what this animal specializes in eating. Large prey. Now they're opportunistic, but these are the animals, and I have to tell you, you guys know my dad passed away a few months ago. I gotta tell you, when I was a young lad, I would be riding my bike in the front practicing my bike tricks. My dad would come out the front door and yell, "Hey Kenan, those wildebeest are crossing the Nile River again." And that meant a National Geographic program was on and the big Nile crocs were eating the wildebeest. Those migrations are impressive, right?
Oh, yeah.
And these animals are so incredible that they're able to take down such large prey. That being said, the only animal that's more feared than the crocodile is the hippopotamus.
Love salad, but
that's right.
Terrifying.
I always say that, Andrew. Just because you're eating only salad does not mean you ain't tough. Those are buff and tough animals. They can wade right through a congregation, an aggregation of crocodiles without much fear. They have this kind of tenuous respect of each other. But for where we are right now, Wild Florida, again, being this close to Niles again is impressive. It's been a little while.
Nice. Yeah, there's no feeling like it. I mean, being this close to gigantic crocodiles. It's a dinosaur.
It is, man. You know, it's funny, birds and crocodiles, both descendants from the archosaurs, they are dinosaurs. They have a common ancestor. And, you know, as tough and gnarly as the crocodile is, they're actually really intelligent, considering.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys have actually, I don't think you have done anything with Nile crocodiles, but you've seen crocodilians give birth and raise their young. That's another bird-like quality that those animals share.
Yeah. It's amazing genetically. That animal right there is closer related to those than it is to lizard.
Isn't that amazing?
Even though it's just pretty much shaped like a big lizard.
Yeah, so that's the truth. They have 4-chambered hearts. They raise their young. They communicate also with grunting, with vocalizations. So that is truly something that most people don't realize. So thank you for pointing that out. Yeah, because that was a really great factoid that was escaping me at the moment. So just look at this, guys. I love when they have to raise their heads to swallow, friends, because they have no muscles in their throat to push food down. They actually have to just open their mouths and open that flap at the back of their throat, and you literally fall into their belly. So when they say, "Get in my belly," you're getting in it, dude. Because once you're in the mouth, you still aren't actually inside the animal. It's not until you get into the stomach when it's over.
Yeah, and very unlike the snakes where I was talking about, oh, public perception. Nile crocodiles are one of the few animals on the planet that do routinely eat people out in the wild.
Absolutely.
A lot of that has to do with the way those people have to live. You know, they're so tied to the river. But yeah, we're pretty much a big hamburger to these out in the wild.
You know, yeah, I think more, I don't know if it's the saltwater crocodile or the Nile crocodile that gets the most humans. I believe it's the Nile.
Yeah,
and it's because, as Andrew was saying, what happens is people are still going to these places in Africa. They're going down to the water for fresh drinking water, to do their laundry, to clean their food, all of these things, because they don't have a lot of running water in some of these villages. So that brings human reptile or Nile crocodile conflict. I mean, we've been on the menu since there have been people, because you're talking about an animal that's been on Earth for what? 100 million?
About 65 million
65 million years.
Yeah,
okay.
crocodilians in general, 220 million.
Gotcha.
Yeah, there's animals that look exactly like this.
Dinosuchus, Sarcosuchus, really, really interesting reptiles that lived alongside the dinosaurs, and perhaps some of them preyed on dinosaurs. So that's really interesting to imagine, you know, a crocodilian that was meters bigger than a Nile.
Yeah.
Because between the Nile, I mean, I'm not guessing, saltwater crocodiles are the largest living reptile, okay? But the Nile crocodile, in my opinion, would be a pretty close second as far as size and the ability to really mess your day up. These guys, again, though, so well behaved.
Yeah. Again, like you said, they're way smarter than people give them credit for. You know, reptiles are very lazy by nature, so they know, okay, we're just gonna get our food tossed to us, and
yeah, they're being good to each other. Also, I think it helps that it's been a little bit cooler in Central Florida.
I think that's why that one isn't even coming over. He's just concerned with sitting in that nice sun. It was pretty chilly last night. He's thinking, he is moving around. As I say that, he's gonna make me look foolish.
No, that's what. Yeah, they always do that, man. They're so funny. Yeah. But it's super amazing that these guys are. Again, I'm just impressed by the shape of these snouts. So they've got tremendous power to grab large prey items, zebra, wildebeest, human beings, anything that got too close to the water's edge. It's so cool. And you know, listen, man, how psyched are you to just have this opportunity daily?
Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. I get to work with the coolest animals on the planet. You know, what do I have to complain about? It's amazing.
Yeah, that's
such awesome animals.
I also noticed the animals are tagged.
Yeah.
So that tag is obviously just for your own identification.
Yeah,
the tags, are they pit tagged as well in that?
So the facility we got these from, they came with those tags, just as a way to kind of tell one from another. So these animals are on the safari. I don't work with these as much as we do, or as I do with the animals in the main walk-through gator park. So I can't recognize them by face yet. Over time, we'll definitely be able to tell them all apart. But till then, yeah, those tags kind of aim.
That's awesome.
So yeah, they're tagged on different scoots of the tail, as well as different colors.
The other thing that's curious for me is these guys have a large range in Africa.
Oh yeah.
They get down into South Africa, and it gets kind of chilly in South Africa. What do you notice with the Central Florida low temps that we've had this winter? What are you doing any supplemental heating, or just allowing them to stay in the water here?
So we run well water into this exhibit, because that stays a lot warmer, you know, than this pond. And yeah, they'll literally just line up. We have a splitter for this pond, so we run several different hoses in here, and they'll just all sit right in front of the hoses.
Awesome.
With some of our smaller ponds in the Gator Park, we have heaters and things like that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, these guys done really well through the winter.
That's awesome, man. So they're a big, tough animal.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's been a challenge for me. I've been worried about my smooth front and dwarf caiman. I've had to run hose water in. And so at 4 in the morning, I'm waking up and looking at, you know, temperatures and things like that.
Yeah, it's the worst time of year for a reptile keeper.
It really is, because people don't realize that Florida, although it's a good place for reptiles, it's not exactly perfect when we get some of these kind of temperate cold fronts that come through.
Oh yeah.
But it's stressful. As you guys know, I go on and on about it, but it's always good to see what professionals are doing. And this is such a large lake or pond that these guys are in. They're smart enough to just congregate near the outflow.
Yeah.
As far as whole prey items, what are you giving these guys?
So we've given these guys rabbits since they've been here. Again, they haven't been here that long, so that's all we've given them for whole prey so far. But some of the other animals in the park, we've given whole chickens, whole quail, ducks, pretty much anything we get. So we have a local rabbit guy, so we get them in frozen, thaw them out, and offer it to them, and they act totally different than this. They get really excited.
Get aggro, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Now, would you ever consider giving these animals a larger whole prey item like a boar or something like that, and allowing them to really do a death roll or to rip apart prey? Do you think that would be good enrichment?
Oh, for sure. As long as we can get something that potentially doesn't have like bullets in it, you know. There's a lot of people kill hogs around here. I'm sure they'd offer them to us, but I'd be kind of nervous about that. But
right, the lead poisoning.
Yeah, but for sure, I mean, that's something that would be really cool and really good for them mentally, and also just like musculature wise, you know, to actually have to work to tear off chunks. So yeah, wild Nile crocs have actually been observed, you know, communally feeding like that, which is pretty unique, especially for big male crocodilians. Usually most species, you know,
solitary.
Yeah, they don't want other boys around.
There's also, I remember seeing a population of Nile crocs at a specific dam, waiting for them to open the floodgates because the fish would come down, and these animals were picking off fish together as they were flowing down. That's pretty crazy.
I believe that. Yeah, they're so smart when it comes to food.
Yeah, and you guys do a lot of, you know, you haven't with them yet, you said, but you do a lot of the training and target training with crocodilians. Yeah. How quickly do these animals take to that type of behavior?
So it really just depends on the individual. A lot of training, you know, any animal is really just jiving with them, knowing how they work and kind of shaping your interaction with them. So just like personally, I've tried to work with a new animal, and within a few sessions we kind of get it grooving, where there's some in there that I try to do stuff with, and we just don't click. Yeah, whether or not it's me or the animal, or, you know, it's just one of those things. But yeah, so we mainly work on just kind of getting them to come over to us, lift their heads up, hold still, and we do a lot of desensitization work. So just kind of aids us in any husbandry needs that come up down the line. So with some of our alligators and crocs, we can actually call them over, hold still, we can touch all around them. That way, say if they have an infection or need a blood draw, anything like that, they're just kind of more used to us.
Right, it's easier on you and less stressful on the animal. Very cool, man. I love it. Great enclosure. The weather's getting nice and warm for these guys. So
I think they're all gonna be doing that.
Yeah. Just seeing them out on the bank, it really does put you into that safari mindset. I would love to get to Africa. I'm sure you do as well. So if you're like me and you haven't gotten to Africa yet, but you want to, come to Wild Florida, where you can see some amazing African hoofstock and the animals that prey on them, like these beautiful Nile crocodiles. They don't get much more impressive than the ones they have here, pushing 14. I think the smallest one you said is about 14 foot.
Yeah, our smallest one I think is like 12 and a half. The biggest is over 14. That's incredible stuff.
Large animals, man. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
As
no
always,
problem,
this is so cool. I really appreciate it. Good to be back up face to face with some Nile Crocs. Colby, thank you for driving us out here, man. We're gonna take the long way home, I think, and see some of the cool animals they have here. In the meantime, you guys get on down here, enjoy yourselves, be good to animals. Let me know what you thought of this encounter here in the comments below. And also let me know if you visited Wild Florida here in, well, just outside of Kissimmee, Florida. Head on down, I think it's
Kenansville.
Kenansville.
Yeah.
It's actually Kenansville. Okay? I'll see you guys later. Take care.